In this video, I will speak to you about the volume and the post-processing. So here you have already volume that we use for the post-processing. So what is it? This is the sky and fog volume. Okay. So if you click on it, you will see this is a global volume. So what it means, it's everywhere in your scene. All what you have here down will be displayed. Okay, so for example, this volume is very important if we want to adjust the exposure. So here I could adjust this exposure, and you have ambient occlusion, visual environment, physically based sky. You can have a fog, but indoor I don't recommend you to do that. And here you can click on add override, and it will allow you to have more post-processing, so all of course in real time. So for example, you have the bloom, so I will say it's high quality, and I will put the intensity very strong. Okay, just to show you, of course it's a bit stronger. Okay, but if I put it a little bit, it's a bit nicer. Okay, so here you have many things. It's super important because it's like when you do a movie or an animation, when you go to the post-processing, you can change the style a little bit, the mood of your movie. So for example, you could work with a color adjustment. Okay, so here my scene is not very interesting, of course, because there is no shader, but you can decide. So here we have post exposure, no need. You have, for example, the contrast that you can change. Okay, so I will not keep it, but color filter. So here it will just put a color over your image. So here if I open it, I will make the image, so you have to be very subtle with that. I will go to the green and make it just a bit green. Okay, like that. So of course without texture mine is a bit weird, but you can change like that the color grading of your scene. Okay, so you have a lot of things. You click on add override, post processing, and you have many options. Okay, so this is the volume, so use it to improve your image. Okay, if you have a bad image from the beginning, it will not really improve it. You need to have a good image first, and you do this refinement or small change. But now I will show you that we could have a volume like this one, but not global but local. So I will right click here, volume, and box volume. So here I will create a box. Let's display the gizmo. Okay, and now I will be able to create the same effect, but they will be limited to this box. So I will of course scale the box, and I will put this box just in the second part of the attic. Okay, so it means that when perhaps I will make it higher, when we enter in this box, we can have different post-processing. Okay, so here if I will turn that off, okay, if I enter, nothing is happening. So now I select the box, okay, and I will add a component. Oh no, I will click on profile here. This one is important. You must create a profile. So it means all the parameters of this box, you could reuse it for another box, for another project. So here I will click on new. Now that I have this box volume profile ready, I click on add override, and then I can redo what I did before. So for example, I will create an exposure. I will use a fixed mode, fixed exposure. So here I don't know what is this exposure, so now I need to enter in the box, and you see now the exposure is really not correct. I will adjust it. So for example, I will make it too bright. Clearly when I go out of the box, you see now I use the global volume. Okay, and here when I enter in the local, it will use this parameter from this box volume. So here could be the opposite, darker. Okay, so when I go out, it's okay, and when I go in it's darker. So here it's a bit too fast. So what you can do, you have a blend distance. So it means if you put 0, it will only when just he enter in the box, he will apply this parameter. Here you can put 5, and it will need 5 meters to have a nice transition between the global and this local. Okay, so that it's really highly recommended to change that. Okay, so here I can add more effects. So for example, one that we use, for example, to simulate a bit of cinema, it's a vignette. So I will activate the intensity. You see, when I put the intensity at the maximum, I have this very strong vignette. Of course, this one is too strong, it's just to show you. Okay, so I can make the border a bit darker. And here, same, you have to explore this one. So usually we can work with a bloom. Color adjustment, I just showed you before. Color curves also, depth of field, yeah, you can change the depth of field. Film grain, no need, because we don't do a movie, we do like kind of immersion for this module. Motion blur, shadow, mid-tone, highlight. This one is super important. It's kind of very advanced exposure. I will just turn on these 3 things, and now you will see. The highlight, you will just modify the brightest area of my scene. So of course here it will be this light from the sun. So if I put it down, you see the light from the sun will not be so strong. If you move that a lot, it will create a lot of artifacts. So it has to be more subtle. But here what I could do, why not, I can tint it a bit more orange. Okay, so you see the difference when it's on and off. And why not, I can push it like very red, perhaps a bit. No, here it's not very good what I did, just very red. Okay, and I could do the opposite, the shadow. So the darkest area, I could make them brighter. So you see, it's very convenient because exposure will just take everything. But here you can decide the dark area are a bit too dark. And why not, I want to make them a bit green. Okay, so it's like, you know, some kind of movie like Del Toro, he very often use, like Jeunet, the director of Jeunet, this kind of red or orange and green lighting. And mid-tone is just the mid-tone if you want them brighter or darker. So with that you can really create very nice mood in your scene. So here I will go out. Okay, my scene is normal, and when I enter here, it's totally different style. Okay, so here I don't have a lot of object, but if you are in your scene, I really advise you to use the global and the local. So this box, you need it. For example, if you have 2 rooms, one is why not level 1, the other is a basement. So you want to do the basement a little bit more creepy, a bit more scary. So you can play with that, but be subtle, okay? Or sometimes you have some area of a big room, you want them a bit brighter or a bit darker, so you can play with that, okay? It could be a very small box, could be a huge box, really up to you. So again, use this sky and fog to do this post-processing, and if in a specific area of your scene you need to change a bit the mood, you can use a box volume and you can have as many boxes as you want. Thank you.